Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Yes, we are here with you. I'm always excited when we have, there she is. She appeared she just appeared like a spirit out of nowhere. I'm always excited when we have a psychic medium joining us, but she's not just a psychic medium. She's an expert at tarot readings and cards, an animal communicator, astrology, some numerology as well. She is Camille DeMarta joining us once again. Hi, Camille. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Right. You look great. You really do.
Thank you. So do you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I usually have another light here. So if I look like I'm in shadow, the light is actually not working today, but maybe I'll see the light at some point. You never know.
No, you don't want to go there. Not yet.
I take that back. I didn't mean that in that way. I meant light in a very positive way. Not then not to say that when you see the light, it's not positive. Steve, shut up. Okay, I definitely will. When it comes to what you do in terms of being a psychic medium, are you always getting energy and signals from people? Like, let's say you go to the supermarket, or you're driving in your car, you pass by somebody. Are you feeling their energy?
Sometimes, not all the time. I prefer not to, because people have we all have problems. We wouldn't be on this earth if we didn't have problems, to work them out for another lifetime. But if I'm standing next to somebody and something comes out, that's a different story. I will talk, I will open my mouth and say something, but normally, no, I don't. And I like to keep myself protected. It's a lot of work to listen to someone else's problems, really.
Yeah. I mean, do you hear things, see things? How are you?
Yes.
How do you shut that off?
A lot of times I pick up, because then I'm an empath, I pick up feelings. Like if somebody's sick, I'm going to feel that. And I always say, this is not mine. Take it back to where it belongs. Because I remember I used to work at a hospital many years ago when I first started working at a hospital. And a man would come in, he had cancer, God, it was very upsetting, but he would drain my energy every time he would come there, and I would see him, and I didn't have myself protected, and I'd actually feel my energy going down, and I was extremely tired. So I'd rather not tune into somebody's health problems. And if I do, I say it, I tell them, and then I move on and just say, God, let this go to where it belongs.
I'm glad you said that, because a lot of us don't realize that it is all about energy. So even if that person isn't dumping their situation on you at that moment, they have a certain energy, they're projecting that energy on you. And then if you're an empath, psychic, or just somebody who's very intuitive, in tune with the world and people around you, you're going to pick up on that energy.
Yes.
And sometimes you don't even know it, that it's almost like that chain around your neck and there's a weight pulling you under the water. Just nothing that you can do about it sometimes, except walk away from it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. That's got to be so tough in your field and with your gift. Now, when you get those signals from people, is it your spirit guides are around you?
Yes.
How does that work? Yeah.
Yes, my guides are around me. I don't see them or feel them all the time, but they're there. I know they're there. In a way, I do sense them all the time. I love when they tell me don't do something, and I defy them. I do it, and I regret it later on. So I have, where I put my makeup on in the morning, I have a sign: listen to your messages. Because a lot of times I don't.
You know what? I am glad you said that. Because I'm a firm believer in messages, and I feel that you should ask for messages.
Yes.
From the universe, from people that have passed on. I've gotten signs. I'm going to share one with you yesterday.
Okay.
Made a major life decision.
Wow.
I did. Wasn't easy. I had to make two choices. I made the one choice. Very impactful. Was wondering if I made the right choice. I know I did, but I wanted it validated. And it was along the way, I was asking the universe, if you want to show me something, there's bigger problems out there. I want, I want people who really need the help to get the help. But I was asking, I was thinking about it. And I passed by the area where I made this major life decision. And my daughter was in the car, and it affects her as well. And not more than 15 seconds after I passed it, I look up to the right, and I see a sign, and it's the name of a store or something that opened up, and I've never seen it before, and it said the word victory.
There you go.
And I believe it came when I needed it. And
Yeah.
that was my validation. All right, dude, you did the right thing that time.
That's
You did.
right.
You trusted
Everything
your
is
gut.
synchronicity. Everything's synchronized. Everything just falls into place. Mhm.
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, almost laughing inside, like, oh, look at that over there. Yeah, all right. All right.
Right, right.
If the light didn't change, I was going to take out my phone and take a picture of it just to remind myself. But again, to my point, about signs, ask for them, see them, they're out there. Sometimes we're so busy with life that we don't see those signs.
Definitely, definitely. Mhm.
Tell me about you, and I'm fascinated about numerology. I know very little.
Okay.
I skim the surface. Is there anything that you can share with us in terms of that? Life numbers, life path numbers, how we figure things out. I get confused. Sometimes I'm horrible at math, first of all.
So am I. So am I.
Even
I
if you
was an
tell
A
me,
in algebra, A in geometry, but terrible basic math. I just never learned it. I still
Oh,
can't on my fingers.
yeah, this is my math. It's called the calculator.
Yes,
That's all
yes.
So when it comes to that, is there anything that you can share that we can use? Like, I've taken my birthday and I've added the numbers up. I don't even remember how I did it, but I know I did it right based on what somebody told me, and now I already forgot how it works. But I'm a 9 or something. I'm in a 9 year.
Wow, I feel for you because so am I. 9 life path is very difficult.
Ow.
What you do is yes, I have the same thing. You take your birthday and the
Okay.
year, and you add that up.
So
I'm not going to tell you my year.
same here. Same here. All right. So
I'm a Capricorn. I don't show my age. Anyway.
Same here. But I'm not a Capricorn.
No, you're an Earth sign, though. I know that.
So if we were to take, let's say, the month you were born, the year you were born, I'm sorry, the month you were born, the day you were born, the year you were born, and let's say it was, 1974.
Okay.
Hypothetically thinking.
My son's age. Okay.
Yeah. How do you put those numbers together? Show me how you do that.
You take, I'm going to give you my son, 12, which is December,
Okay.
20 plus 1974. And that adds up to, let me start again.
Calculator.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. 12 plus 20 plus 19 plus 74. That equals 125. And then you break that down, and that breaks down to an 8. So my son has an 8 life path, which is power, money, and he works for NBC Universal. So I think he's doing very well.
Interesting. Okay,
So
good for him.
He lived up to his life path.
Okay, so I did that wrong because I added the month, the day, and the year, and I came up with 1,000 blah blah blah. So
you have to break it down. When's your birthday? It's no 9.
Yeah.
Me 09 plus.
Oh, 0. Okay, 09.
Well, the 0 cancels out.
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
How do you do the year?
And then the year 19, and then plus what year you were born.
19. Oh, then you put a plus. Okay, so okay, gotcha. That's where I went wrong. Equal. Okay, so I've got 2 numbers. I got a 9 and a 2.
So you add 9 and 2 together. That's an 11. That's a spiritual life path. There's 1 through 9, and then you have 11, 22, and 33. Some people even start adding 44, which is more of the environment, because a lot of people coming through this now because they're more into the environment because we messed it up so badly. So an 11 life path means the spiritual life path, and you should be doing something in this work, or if not in this work, you're aware of it and intuitive about it, and you are.
I believe I am.
A beautiful, beautiful life path. Mine's a 9. Mine's a 9. Mine's a tough one. It's not just living up to the 9; it's living up 1 through 9. So I must have really been something terrible in another lifetime because it's heavy. I've got a heavy, heavy life. Really, I have.
Wow.
And I think a lot of readers do. A lot of card readers do. A lot of intuitive people do.
Now, why wouldn't you be 11? Why wouldn't you be,
Well, my name adds up to a 22. which is a spiritual life, which is a spiritual number also. And a 22, I'm always looking to do something in this field, trying to get other things. People are telling me I want to incorporate it into something. I'm always trying to do a business or expand on a business. And 33, it's supposed to be Jesus's, I shouldn't be talking about religion, but it is supposed to be Jesus's life path. 33 is extremely spiritual.
Can somebody Google this to know what each number means? Let's say you added everything together and then, just so you would Google life path numbers and then get the breakdown of what they are.
Correct.
Now, Camille, by the way, we're talking with Camille DeMarta, who is a very spiritual person.
Thank you.
Even though she's not an 11, she is a psychic medium. She does astrology, tarot reading.
A little bit of astrology.
Animal communicator. We just centered on numerology. You said the name number. How does that work? You add the letters in your name?
Yes. A is 1. You go all the way through.
Okay.
Well, A, J, and S is 1, and then it should show you on something on Google. It should. I've never looked it up because I have my books.
Gotcha. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. If you haven't done it, everybody, check it out. Final question on numerology, and then we'll move to another topic.
Okay.
But I thought there was a way to know if you're in a year of a certain number. How do you do that?
Your birthday, again, mine would be 12/23. And then 2001 was my last birthday. That adds up to a 5. This year, if anybody had a birthday between January and April now, it would be a 6 because 2022 adds up to a 6. So you add all the numbers together and then you get what year that you're in.
That's way out of my pay grade.
Okay.
I don't know.
It sounds so simple because I've done it so many years.
It does. I figured the other out. I think the rest of us did. So how did you just do that? One more time. Let's see if we all.
Okay. I'll give you my birthday, which is 12/23.
Okay.
And you add that 12 plus 23 plus 2021 was my last birthday.
What do you mean? Oh, okay. Because you haven't had a birthday yet so far this year.
So and then you add 5.
Hang on, I'm following along here.
Okay.
All right, so I'm
yours
9.
Is 925.
So
right?
9 plus 2 plus 5.
5.
All right. And now what do I do?
And then you add all those numbers together.
9 plus 2 plus 5 equals. I came out with 16.
So 1 and 6 equals 7.
Meaning
that you're in a spiritual year. You're in a more of a spiritual year, more of a higher year.
Interesting.
Still don't understand.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I should be a psychic.
You should be.
Spiritual life path number. I got the spiritual year. I don't know what's going on over here, but I don't even know how to read tarot cards.
Could always learn.
Yeah. I get signs. So I got a sign yesterday, victory. I can't make that.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was yesterday at like 6 p.m. without a doubt. Yeah.
Okay.
Big changes in my life, long time coming in some regards. And that was my sign. But my message to everybody, whether you want to go with it or not, ask for the signs. And whether you're asking the universe or you're asking, somebody from the other side. I asked for signs from my mom all the time, and more times than not, I get them. And maybe this was one of them. I don't know. But yeah, animal communication. You do that as well.
Oh, I've been doing it all my life. I've always talked to animals. Actually, they talk to me. So I don't talk to them.
Camille Doolittle is here today. So when you say that, do you mean animals in body and also in spirit?
Not animals in body. In spirit, not too many. A lot of animals will come to me in dreams. An old boyfriend's dog came to me for years. I had a very, very strong bond with that dog. I haven't dreamt of him since, but I will go over to an animal and ask them what's wrong or what's bothering them. Now, sometimes they want to be, especially a cat. If they want to communicate, they will. If they don't, they're like a cat. They're just very aloof and leave me alone attitude, But I do get a lot of messages from animals, and I do have people call me and ask me questions. Now, the other night, a friend of mine, her cat was injured, and I didn't pick it up correctly. I really didn't. I was off, and that bothered me. But then later the next day, I started feeling something's wrong with this cat's leg. It's more, it's swollen, and sure enough, the cat was attacked by another cat. So,
Wow.
but I was off on that, which bothered me.
Well,
I can't, I'm not going to say I'm 100% all the time, and I wish people would know that. I'm good, but there's always somebody better, and I don't have a big ego in this field.
well, you know what? There isn't any better. And let me explain that.
Okay.
Nobody can be 100%.
No.
It's just, especially in your line of work. And I've been doing this line of work for a lot of years and talked to a lot of people that do what you do and witnessed it. And for anybody that's tuning in right now and saying, that's not true, I've seen it. I'm skeptical. I look to punch holes in all of this. And when I see it, I know it. And with you, I thank you for your honesty. Thank you for being honest. Nobody can be 100% in this line of work.
No.
It's just it's net, because there's so many different variables.
Yes.
Let's say you're reading somebody and they're not open to it. You're not going to be able to provide what they want because they're not open to giving you what you need to connect to the other side. It just is what it is.
Correct.
Everybody's different. Everybody's got different energy. Everybody's, even with a relative that passed over, let's say it's a very quiet relative. They never said a lot. And that person here wanted you connecting with them. You're not going to get them. We're not going to get them as strong just because of that. That's the way it is, Is it possible now I've always heard that we are intuitive. All of us, we got it. We got it. But people like you are more in tune and able to do it. So is there a way that we can communicate with our animals and pick up messages? Is there something that we should do if we want to try it? Or it just comes to you? Are you thinking about it? Are you trying to vibe that animal? I would love to hear what my dog's thinking about, what's on his mind.
You have to meditate. We're all psychic. We all have psychic ability. We all have every answer within us. But you have, as people, I'm more in tune because I meditate and I'm listening to the universe. So I guess maybe that's why I'm so open. It's the only thing I could come up with. As far as an animal is concerned, and my cat drives me crazy, but I know what he's telling me. As a matter of fact, he's locked in the room now. I didn't want him to come out, but no, really, he'll jump up on the table. But a lot of times I don't know what he's thinking. I can't figure it out. And he's my animal. He's my baby, so but that happens. That happens.
No, it does. And then I could bring my dog Tanner over to your place and you could be like, Tanner, why are you saying that? I got that. I got, okay. You don't like the dry food. I'm going to tell Steve that.
Right.
You never know. But if somebody wanted to communicate with their pet through you, they could just reach out to you and they could do it virtually.
Yes.
Wow,
and especially a cat. I would rather a picture because cats don't sit still.
Yeah.
A dog is too energetic and he might be looking for food or, whatever. So I would rather do a picture.
So all you really need is say a picture and the pet's name.
Yes. And then I might ask a few questions. How long have you had him? Did he live with somebody else? That kind of thing. So
well, that's pretty powerful too, when you think about it, because let's say your pet is a rescue and you want to know their past, what happened,
yes.
Think of it as an adoption. You don't know about their past, but maybe there could be clues to their health now and something could come through from their past. Or they tell you that.
That's
actually.
right. That's right.
In terms of, the mediumship that you do as a psychic medium, anything stand in your mind, maybe even recently, where you did a reading and you just said, wow, this came through, or even kind of shocked yourself with a reading?
A man came through a couple of weeks ago. He kept talking about a purchase that he made and he didn't tell me what it was. And all of a sudden he's asking me about his grandmother. And all of a sudden I said, she told me to sell your boat. Do you have a boat? And he says, I just bought it. I've been looking forward to it. I said, well, she's telling me to tell you, get rid of it. And he found out later there was a lot of damage to it, which he didn't know at the time. So he did let me know about that. And I said, well, that's why she said to get rid of, there was danger involved, you know.
Wow.
He could have been, and he was taking his little boy on the boat for the first time, and I kept feeling not good. And I told him, and he was glad that I told him, because there was a hole in the boat or something. I mean, that would
Wow.
have been a disaster.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. You know, I should have called Camille before I made that life decision. I think I made the right one, but
I don't want them to use me that strongly, though. I remember a woman, it was Christmas, and I got a picture of, I'm clairvoyant, and clairvoyancy just, it comes through immediately. I mean, I use a crystal ball, but you don't use, you need that to scry is what it's called. But I'll just get a flash of something in front of my eyes, and it usually, I'm correct. I'm correct, you know, with it. So I got off on a tangent there.
no, not at all. Not at all. And I mean, it's my life decision is not, you know, there's so many more important things out there, like people going through, you know, cancer treatments and lots of the, and be honest with you, I went through recently and all turned out great. Just all
Good.
done.
God bless you. Good.
Really good. But,
Good.
you know, there's things that you kind of want to know sometimes. And I even wondered about that. Hey, what's the outcome going to be? You know, and I just trust the universe, and the universe takes you there. And what's your favorite thing to do out of everything? Let's say somebody comes to you and says, I want to get some insight on life in general. What would you say? Would you say, you know what, let me do a tarot reading on you. Let's do, you know, let me see if I'm getting something, in terms of, you know, the psychic end of things, or maybe that all happens at the same time.
It's probably the tarot cards, because they're safer for me to use. I am a psychic. I could hold your hands and pick anything up, but then I'm harming my body. I'm harming my psyche, because there's too much, a strong flow of energy. So the cards are a protection, and the cards are also just a tool to get my psychic ability out. That's all.
Gotcha. Yeah. Does it happen a lot, Camille, when you're
Yes.
doing a reading with the tarot cards?
Yes.
Do you get messages from the other side? Things just pop in your head and you just share it with somebody?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm usually accurate.
Yeah. But you can't always guarantee it. That's the thing. It's if it's going to come through.
No, especially when people want me to tune into their grandmother or their mother, and they don't want to come through. I mean, I will get somebody else, or maybe nobody will come through, you know, and then they get upset. But they're free spirits. They can move about when they want. And I do dream of spirits at least 3 times a week. And I have more people up there than I have down here. And not all of them have come through, but I do get them. My mother comes through at least once a week, and she's been gone over 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah. My mom's been gone just over 3 years, and I still get, like I said, I get those signs maybe once a week. There's probably more signs that I'm missing.
Yes.
Probably am.
Yeah.
However, when I've got the big ones, when I needed them, and maybe that's just it. I've often heard from many top psychics like yourself that if it's meant to be, it will be.
Yes.
You're gonna connect with that
Yes.
person you want to connect with. It's just the way it works.
Mhm.
What about when somebody passes away recently? I've heard that, you know, you should wait a while before you
Yes.
do a reading.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes, but I remember one time a young girl called me, frantic. I could hear it in her voice, and she wanted to come for a reading. This is before COVID. And I had her come here. And as soon as I went to do something to lock the door, I don't know, I said to her, immediately, I get you want to talk about somebody how did I put it? Somebody about a woman. I felt a woman very strongly. She said, yes, she says, and she killed herself last week. And I was like, oh my God. I looked up to the heavens and I said, God, please help me, or my guides help me, because there's no way somebody comes through that fast. It's not supposed to be. Well, the woman's energy was so strong. I could feel her next to the girl that I was reading. And I didn't see her, but I felt her energy so strong. It was like she was actually sitting there. And that was powerful. As a matter of fact, I asked her permission. I am writing a book. I don't know when it'll come out, but that is going in my book.
Wow. And
Yeah.
did she have a message that needed to come through at that time?
She was so upset. The girl killed herself in front of her, and that was horrible. But she wanted to tell her that it was an accident, and it was, she didn't know it was loaded. No guns. No
Maybe that message needed to come through.
Yeah, because she really felt that she did it. They had an argument, a big ugly mess. It was ugly.
Wow, that's pretty heavy.
Yeah. I've had very heavy.
Well, okay. Now I understand why you're saying sometimes you need to protect your energy from other people's energy, because it's going to consume you as a psychic medium. Wow.
I also was told many years ago, the Edie Pierce, she's no longer alive, famous psychic in the area. And she told me, it has to be 40 years ago, to please, when I do a reading, after I'm finished, first of all, you should cleanse your hands in some way with a cloth. Now everybody's using the
sanitizer
alcohol things. Yeah. But immediately wipe them out with a pink eraser, pink for love, and actually just cleanse the area that you've just read, or after you've used the cards, to clear them, to let them leave. So you're free of that attachment.
Yep. That's one thing, and we're just about out of time, but this could be a whole topic, another time. Yeah, it goes fast.
I know. I thought I was talking 10 minutes.
No, actually, we're actually over time. But that's okay. In terms of saging, in terms of cleaning your area, and if I were to grab the camera and go into that room right there, I have sage and a lighter. And every day I'm like, I got to sage my office space, because there's been challenges here, and there's there's energy that needs to leave. Trust me. And same thing in my in my current home. But I always forget
liquid sage. They have liquid sage, so you don't have to burn it. Yep. Go into metaphysical. So look it up online. I have liquid sage.
Mind blown. Oh my gosh, didn't know that. And it's so funny, because there's been a couple of times where I've done it, and my kids come home from school and I get a text. Something's burning. I'm like, what? Don't worry about it. We're good. What is that? Yeah. Wow, liquid sage. Well, then I've also heard Palo Santo or Santos. It's a wood that you can use to.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I haven't used it.
Yeah, people say it's got a nice smell, and it does some different things than sage, but also I'm learning, everybody says something different when you're supposed to sage. Like, you need to make your intentions clear. Yes. You're supposed to open windows and doors to let the energy out. Somebody told me recently, I leave those windows and doors open for like 2 hours, which I'd never heard before. So everybody's got a different, process behind it. But whatever.
According to what you've learned.
Yeah, whatever works for you. Camille, it's great talking with you. If somebody wants to find you, it's tarotbycamille.com. Am I right?
Correct.
And that's tarot, TAROTBY, and Camille is CAMILLE.
Correct.
tarotbycamille.com. And Camille DeMarta, always great talking with you.
Thank you. It was wonderful.
Learned a lot. Now I got it crystal clear about the life path numbers. I always tried to figure that out, and now I know how to do it. Yeah. So I wish you all the well, and
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And look forward to catching up again soon.
Good luck. And I'm going to say a prayer for your health.
I appreciate that. And let's pray for everybody.
Yes, why not?
Whether you believe, and we're not going down the religion road, we're talking about just the universe in itself. It's here for you. You got to be good to it. It'll be good to you. Right?
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.
All right. Bye-bye.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.